Game time! We're looking at the winner bracket final, ladies and gentlemen. Washed up against the special Snowflakes. Yeah, it's party time, and we are once again on Brax's holdout. On the left side of the map, we got Banana H on Stukov, Masquerade on Anubarak, Hazu on Greymane, Nick on Maiev, and Dequaza going full grief in this game on Rexa. Over to the right side of the map, the Snowflakes with we on Thrall. We got Ixia on Junkrat. Here we are on Brightwing, Dino on Phoenix, and Lauba on Muradin. It is party time, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Yeah, it's the second time that we have the map here. We have on level 1 also our Rolling Thunder. This, by the way, is a best of 5, so we're looking at the winner bracket final. Not to be confused with the grand final. The losing team is out. And, well, Brightwing jumping into the silence over here too, trying to help the dwarf out. That was a mistake, but it seems like Thrall can turn it around, trying to go for Hazu. No! Oh, that was a bad wolf. And Thrall, he's gonna die. They're taking him down too. The wolf survives, the war chief dies, and that is the end. Nicely done. Yeah, that was actually really well played by Washed Up. I thought for sure that Greymane would fall, but not really the case here. So, well, as this goes on, let's see what else we're gonna get. We have 2 kills to 0, a little bit of a lead for the blue team. Level 1, as I said, the Rolling Thunder, standard for him pretty much. Muradin is playing this a bit more aggressive around the camp that they're trying to take here. I guess he might be able to hit a Stormbolter too. Phoenix goes down in the meantime. Up at the top against Anubarak and Greymane. So the old Anubarak engage style still working out nicely for them. And that is also going to be one of the moments where we can have a bit of a closer look to Anubarak, and for a very simple reason. Let me just focus on the fight here before we were talking about this. We got the camp contested, and, well, thanks to the lurking arm, it seems like they might be able to get it. Misha is now coming in too, trying to help out, and they're chasing them off as we speak, and they claim it. They take the camp, Washed Up with a big place, and they're trying to go for Thrall, and they get him too. Big setup here. 4 kills to 0, the beacon is up. And this is going to be super interesting right now for them. Now, as I said, this is going to be interesting from Anubarak's perspective for a very simple reason. We talked a bit about how the build on Anubarak might potentially change in the future now that Blizzard has put some changes onto the hero. And one of the things that we've been discussing a bit in previous games in the CCL tournament was the level 16. Now, debilitation was always a bit of a meme talent and pretty bad, so it was more... If you were one of those theory craft guys that doesn't really understand how the game works when it gets played out and everything in your head is just like, ooh, but what if this happens and this happens, then these people would go for debilitation. Now that the talent has been buffed, we've actually seen that Khaldor has been experimenting with the talent a little bit and taking it over Epicenter, which is the standard talent to take. And I talked about it with Michael Udall a little bit. I talked about it with 1 or 2 other players on the European side. And pretty much all of them agreed that Epicenter is just the better talent to take. But now that Khaldor has been playing it a bit on the NA side, I want to see if some of the European players follow up on it and see if they can also get value out of it or not. And I suppose that this is something that will give us a bit of an idea here. Brightwing goes down top side as Washed Up is just barreling through this. And I want to see if this game continues the pace at the pace that it does right now. We might not even see a level 16 talent. No, I don't think it's going to get that bad, but I mean, they're moving through that top lane like hot butter through cheese right now. Just absolutely demolishing that fort and taking it down here. Easy kills right there. Yep, the Guardians take it down. 5 kills to 0, 1 fort eliminated. And that just spells trouble. Muradin going for a bit more of a damage build with the level 4 talent choice. Still committed to the 3rd wind on level 1, so just highlighting that it didn't go into the Stormbolt talents that we've seen in some of the tournaments in the Eastern scene, on the Korean side in particular. Also the Chinese have actually preferred that style, whereas on the North American setup, we oftentimes see also Stormbolt focus later on than the Bronzebeard Rage. We had Lauba just up to recently still playing the Healing and Static synergy with the level 4 and level 13 and playing a lot around sustain talents like 3rd Wind and Stoneform then on level 16. But in this case he at least goes for a bit of isolated damage as he tries to play a more aggressive game, I suppose. So right now, full commitment to the Subterranean Shield and the Underking again, so already leaning towards that engage build that I highlighted earlier. And one of the best synergies with that is, of course, if you have Stukov behind you. Oftentimes in the past it was played with Malfurion, you can play it with Stukov and a good lurking arm. After level 13 talent you have additional lockdown, and you have a Maiev on top of that too that can control this even better and could potentially go into a cage then on level 10 and try and provide a perfect opportunity for Stukov. But right now, Lauba is again in trouble and barely hops out. Yeah, the dwarf gets away. Yeah, Stormbolt! Oh, they go for Nick! And Maiev dies, but Brightwing is also dead. The Fruit Fly gone. Level 7 talents finally in for the red team, and they use it right away to get another kill. But they also lose Thrall in the process. Dino survived, but pretty big fights happening already. Yeah, a couple of kills right here as they're fighting over the camp. Got taken by the red team, so at least they got that going for them. Now we have the beacons activating another 20 seconds after that little slugfest that we had. And the Snowflakes got some kills in, but it doesn't change the fact that they're still trailing behind in kills by quite a bit. So yeah, top side, that's where Phoenix is currently pushing the lane out. The rest of the blue team is heading for the last remaining camps that we're currently seeing here, so they're trying to make the play right here. Top side, there's still one active. This time the Snowflakes are aiming for it. And we've seen this movie before. They're gonna get engaged again. Masquerade is already waiting. They're sending Misha in for the scout, and then they can make the play. Unless, yeah, they don't have enough people over here. They still had the rest of the heroes at the bottom of the map. They're trying to escort this camp in too, so they're actually letting it slide. But that was a difficult and dangerous situation regardless for the Snowflakes. Now, the top beacon gets retaken. They already had a progress advantage by 14%. By the way, we got the Ruthless Spirit over here on level 7 for Maiev now. That's down at the bottom of the map, starting to make the play. Hazu gets attacked and polymorphed. Here comes the lurking arm though. Oh, Brightwing helping out, maybe even a bit late to the party, but they're able to save the target and they turn it around against Greymane. What more can you ask for in that situation? Nicely done. Thrall still fighting it out against Rexa at the top. Teams are of course looking towards level 10 talents now. And the red team is trying to fight back here at least. So they had a bit of a rough going in the early game, but now they're doing much better. The problem is that they will soon be behind in talents, and well, without the level 10, it's gonna be an objective, maybe not an objective one, but definitely another advantage for Washed Up. Here comes already the Cocoon, and they're using it right away. They want to go for a setup. They want to take him down. Phoenix, can he get away? 1 stun, 2 stun, and he's dead. No chance for Phoenix. Yeah, he gets eliminated right here, and now they turn on Lauba. He at least gets away. But it's still a kill. It's still a kill in favor of Washed Up. That gives them more momentum, more of an advantage. They now can try and go for control again. But before they rotated topside, the red team has at least taken the beacon at the bottom of the map. So that helps them a bit to prevent the worst from happening. They have still not gotten a single point towards the objective. Not 1 percentage point. Yeah, there's our level 10 abilities. Right wing, as usual, with the blink heal. We got the salvo and Phoenix. Earthquake, already used. Lauba jumps out. Banana H is a bit in trouble. And here comes the kill. As Thrall moves in for Stukov and takes him down. The support is gone. The salvo, Nick falls to Dino with a great play here. Getting the damage in. And now they have a 5 versus 3 on the map. They start to close the gap in deaths and kills and move topside now to finally take some beacon progress. And can also catapult this a bit farther forward. Taking the fountain down at the bottom of the map is a huge step towards beacon control. Denying any kind of sustain at the bot lane to your opponent will help you with that. Rexa has rotated up towards the top, is retaking this. But of course, for the red team, it's kind of important to look at structures now too. The problem is that they have trouble on the side of Muradin. And here's again that synergy between Stukov and Nuburak. So nicely played. That's a good kill. Bit of a turn attempt against Banana H. Nick comes in, trying to focus on Thrall, and they might get the kill, and indeed they do. And Brightwing could die as well. They go in, and they get the double kill. Only a dead fruit fly is a good fruit fly. Kill them all. Get your fly sweaters. 11 kills to 5. Brightwing down. Top side. Yep, Dino. Oh, okay, they're not seeing him. Yeah, they come around the corner and they get a glimpse. And Uberak could just dive in and take him. But they didn't. So they're still all Gucci. Yeah, Muradin wants to fight for the camp here. I don't really think that's working. I have no idea why he's committing Sudoku in that situation. I mean, he's literally just moving into the stuns, the bullet, and then also the Stukov lurking arm. That was Sudoku with a big announcement there too. So yeah, sits down in the middle of 5 opponents, starts solving a math puzzle, and gets obviously taken down. Now we are looking at the bot lane that gets pressured. Beacon control is now finally done. We have 100% to 34. So it's a huge wave advantage that we are seeing for the blue team. And, well, let's go. Can they stop this? Top side, this is not even going to do any damage because of the camp and the catapult that are in there. So this is like the easiest defense of their life. Also, what is Muradin doing top lane? I mean, have you ever tried to clear wave with Muradin? That dwarf doesn't do jack shit. Doesn't even have a 13 or anything, so he's in trouble. I mean, whatever the call was here, that's a huge fail. And he is missing at the bottom of the map, where he might be able to get some storm bolts so that he can work on the baseline. That would at least allow him to get a bit stronger towards the later stages of the game, but they are suffering here. Muradin is now jumping in to help them out. In comes the attack against the wall. This one's going to fall 100%. We got 12 kills to 5. 13 is in. And that gives us the upgrade on Stukov for the lurking arm. And Nubarak, though, is down. Gets murdered right here. I gotta say, Thrall is crushing it in this game, isn't he? Great plays by him. Now we have the play down here with another engage by Lauba. This time also... Ooh, the lockdown! 1, 2, and 3. They get the triple kill. No level 13 talent, and now they go for Dainu. That's another kill, and the keep is about to go down. Kill setups all over the place. They go for the French guy first, take Thrall down, then they focus on Lauba. The keep is gone, top keep is about to fall, and things are just spiraling out of control. Catapult needs to be taken down first. It already homed in on the keep, so Ixia needs to deal with this as soon as he can to prevent further damage on the main structure. Bot lane still gets pressured. That Zerg wave just murdered them. Just absolutely murdered them. Now, they draw even in talents, but they're of course trailing heavily behind right now. They're 2 levels behind, which is an absolute disaster. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Snowflakes are throwing a bit of a Hail Mary move. Try to force a fight, try to do something. Lauba gets immediately attacked again as he's starting to face check the bush. But maybe a play for boss even? I mean, you gotta do something, right? You can't just sit there the entire time, wait for your opponent to hit 16, and then you're gonna get crushed. You lost the bot keep already. Your top keep isn't looking too hot either. And there's just too many things on the map that the blue team could focus on once that they have a talent advantage. You have a boss up, the objective is going to be announced again, and there it is. The Hail Mary move. Already called it a second ago. It's the only play they can make. There's nothing else. And Washed Up knows it, of course, too. They are patrolling it, and they have now 2 options. Either let it slide and say, screw it, we're waiting for the 16 and we're defending, and then we're going to attack with advantage. Or they're saying, let's go for the fight once they take it and try to control the space here. Do they risk it? If they lose that fight, it's an even game again. If they win it, it's game over. But that's why the Snowflakes are going for it. They have to force it. There's no other way. Big move by Dino. Big damage coming out. Big plays now. As the cage comes down, they're trying to go for the boss. They want it. Can they take it? Banana H, he's so low. They're chasing them off. Here comes the kill against Stukov, and the boss is about to be taken. They want Greymane, they get Greymane, and the special Snowflakes are back to business, baby. Looked a bit rough at the beginning, but they made it back. The problem is that this one is gonna take the keep down. Ixia, make the play. There we go. Alright, he saves it, and now they can push to the top. It was the only play they had. They had to go for it, but they still fall behind in experience, of course. They closed the gap a little bit, but now they have at least some pressure that they can apply, and Greymane is going to be down for another 8 seconds, so that's a bit more wiggle room. That would be, of course, the best thing possible if they could get the kill now, but they don't. Moment of truth in Ubarak. What do we get? Level 16. Are we going to get the epicenter? Yes, we do. European style. Still going for it. No changes here. Cattle, thus far, still the only one that believes in the newly changed and newly buffed debilitation talent over Epic Enter. One of the best talents here on the bug. Alright, half a level missing until 16. You can play Ring Around the Rosie here with the beacon control. That's at least what you would expect now. A bit of a pressure play all the way up at the top as they're trying to make this one done too. Let's see if we can maybe get a hit in. Going for Lauber first of all. Maybe a rotation down to the bottom. Doesn't seem likely. Instead, Masquerade is running into Dino here in the bush. But they get beacon progress. Jump attempt, Stormbolt, and the Gladiator's Medallion gets popped by Masquerade immediately. He knows. He's fully well aware that they are going to try and make a play for him, that they have to get an isolation kill, and that they're just buying time for their own level 16 to hit. The special Snowflakes, they need experience, they need a few of these waves, and they get it. They have their 16, so now they can make the play. Thunderstorm coming in, for Thrall, same time, Muradin going into the jump upgrade with the Dwarf launch, and we also get the Critterize now on the 16. Different build, by the way, that we are seeing from BBJ on the NA server. One of the most prominent Brightwing players lately. But yeah, with 16 to 16, there's still comeback potential. This is a great start, by the way, into this series. We're in game number 1, and it's a pretty back and forth setup. Initially, big problem for the Snowflakes, but they're coming back into this. Or maybe they're not. Muradin, Lauber, does he actually? He fucking survives! Like, what the hell? Oh my god! And Nubara goes down. Lauber was so low, and he actually survives. All the aggression. Now they make the play for the bottom 4. They take it, and they have still control over the camps. They can go and defend the top lane. They can try and go for the objective now. What a game! That's the opening into the series that I want to see. Here comes the quick hit. Oh, Thrall! No, Brightwing can't save him. That's the end of Muradin, the end of Thrall, potentially the end of Brightwing, but nope. 4 versus 4. One of them was at the top lane, so they lose it. Now Nubarak is back, and Dino is down too. Yeah, Phoenix gets destroyed. And, well, as quickly as they came back, it doesn't seem like it's gonna last. It doesn't now. It seems harsh. Yeah, oh my god, if they lose Ixia now too, that would be the nail in the coffin. The final one. But yeah, full on beacon control for Washed Up. They go for the top keep. There's only 2 survivors, Brightwing and Junkrat. Not gonna work. A flying frog and a rat are not gonna stop this tide. And they are making their play for game now, especially, of course, with that Zerg wave moving through the top. There's absolutely no stopping this. At least I don't see how. They don't have the wave clear to really pull this off. So we'll have a look at this. 71,000 damage, by the way, to Dino. 56,000 damage on the side of Greymane. But yeah, this Zerg wave should really seal the deal here. Especially since there's another big wave coming through the bot lane now too. There's the setup. Alright, and boom! Phoenix is down, he got some damage through, but this is just an onslaught that you won't be able to stop. No. Wave after wave is hitting the core. This is the end of game number 1. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 1-0 lead for Washed Up against the Special Snowflakes here in the winner bracket final. Game number 2, Towers of Doom. Off we go, Washed Up with the lead after a cool opening into the best of 5. The winner bracket final continues with Masquerade on Johanna. Well, we got Banana H on Uther, Hazorps on Chromie, and we have Nick on Reyna and Dequaza on Urel right here. Over to the right side of the map, the special Snowflakes with we on Blaze. We got Dino and Tracer zipping around on the map. You are on Stukov, Lauber on Tyrael, and Ixia on Abathur. Okay. Abathur plus Tracer. Well, let the games begin, baby. Also, level 1. Neural Stimpack right now. Not going into the new habits here. Another quick change. We got the Ace in the Hole. Again, you don't have to go Exterminate every single game. A lot of cases it makes sense to go into Ace in the Hole now as well. Also, Uther. So for European meta, this is actually kind of interesting what we're seeing here. Having Uther with an additional stun also helps you a bit against Tracer, of course, so you can make some plays around that, which is kind of nice. And you have multiple tools that you can use to mitigate some of the potential damage that comes out of Tracer herself. Now with additional stuns on the level 10, you can do even more. But talking stuns, Tyrael with a super early medallion. Had to pop that right away before the 1 minute mark even. So I don't know about that, got close. Now, we have to watch out for Dino, of course, a little bit. So he's going to be one of the players and one of the heroes to watch in this game. Doesn't play his Zeratul, but he still has a very agile and mobile hero that can jump into the backline and supply some damage. And since Abathur is in the game, you can do a whole lot with this. Now, for a long time, of course, the best setup for Tracer was always with Malfurion and with Tyrael for shield and heals over time. In this setup, we still have Tyrael, and that combo between Tyrael and Blaze was, of course, for the longest time within HGC, especially in the last year of HGC, an extremely dominant combo because you have 2 layered defenses that you can use, the Sanctification and also the Bunker, which is really helpful in those big team fights. And Abathur can help out a lot with this as well. Of course, if you're going up against an Abathur composition, one of the best things you can do if you have the setup for it is you push in the earlier stages of the game when your opponent doesn't have heroic abilities and therefore can't use Abathur's copy to force a real 5 versus 5 fight. So now we're seeing a similar situation already happening as Washed Up is trying to be a bit more aggressive, and they even get a kill against Tyrael. Tries to go for some damage on the exchange and he at least gets that, but that doesn't help to bring another kill in. Now we have level 4 talents on both sides. And top side, Ixia is still holding the lane at least for now. I like that we have an Abathur setup. It's a fun map too. And there's already the Needle Spine on level 4. So Tracer is going to be an absolute monster as the game continues. They're going to try and make their play into the backline here. So, yeah. It's a pretty cool setup. It's a very aggressive setup, of course. I mean, this is a bit of a do-or-die combo. Now, to be fair, it's not like we're having a Sylvanas on the other side or a Greymane that could push even easier against Abathur, so you have to keep that in mind. It's a little bit more tricky for Washed Up to exploit mistakes on the sides of the Snowflakes. It would be easier for them if they had a setup that is much better at taking structures down. It's not like theirs is horrible or anything, but there are stronger ones around. And if teamfights are lost by the red team against such a composition, they would suffer even more. But right here, they can definitely make some plays. So they're starting to move in. They are already a little bit low, so they got to be careful with this. But there's a lot of pressure on Uther, and Banana Age is about to fall. Tyrael has also fallen. Chromie, yeah, survives for a bit longer, but let's face it, Haas is not going to make it. Dino and Io are both low, but that's already some channels taken. It's a 1-1 exchange at least. Another kill as Jimmy goes down, but the Space Goat is doing work at the top. We're having Dequaza with his Griefer account going for an easy setup on 2 altars. That's shots fired. Same, of course, now happened on the other side. Harzops is coming back, so is Masquerades. And now we have 36 against 32 points on the core. As usual, we have Mule for Abathur that's going to help them to keep the control a bit on those bell towers. Level 7 talent with the locked and loaded plus the pulse generator as our standard level 4 talent for Tracer now. And of course, the unstable compound on the side of Jimmy. But yeah, we're getting ready for a party over here, especially with the level 10. Abathur is going to be interesting. What are we going to see as the copy? Oftentimes you can go for, I mean, even Blaze with a stun, double Tracer, double Stukov. There's a lot of options for them. But especially after level 13 and 16 is being hit, this is where Tracer with a symbiote is going to be annoying. Just really annoying. Now, of course, we're still expecting to see Johanna with the Blessed Shield, so if Uther gets a stun in against Tracer, there's a really good chance that we have an immediate follow-up from Jojo, and maybe even a setup from her. And technically speaking, we could see then the Benediction on 16, which allows for the double stun. We could also see the Divine Storm. So there's a lot of tools against Tracer, and they're already trying to force Dino to pop the medallion, which she is happy to do right now. So the time loop comes out from Chromie, Dino uses the medallion, and that's going to be a big part of this game. Trying to force Dino to consistently use the medallion whenever it's up so that you can land stuns afterwards. Talking about stuns, I mean, Blaze already went into a stunning amount of damage here as he gets murdered. I mean, holy shit. He just disappeared. And now there's a double altar at the top side. Nice plays, by the way, from Stukov as he was trying to ruin the opponent's team synergy. And Banana Age gets annoyed by that, not just a little bit. Uther was in quite some trouble here. The early level 10 seems to be hitting for Washed Up first. And Abathar, yeah, there we go. Slugging his way in, trying to steal this one out. The Quasar doesn't even go for it, so the slug gets the channel. That's 4 shots fired, and that brings us back to the initial gap of 4 points. There's the aggression against, Lauber. Lauber gets their heal, tries to jump out of here, and with the help of Abathar, stays alive. There's a level 10 on the other hand, and there's the Blessed Shield, so I'm just waiting for it to be thrown out. But Masquerade is too far away, can't really set anything up for Chromie, so they can't get the damage in. Alright, so far so good. So we got the level 10s now on both sides. That gives us Bunker and Sanctification. Also, the copy for Abathar, so pretty much business as usual. The only question here is, still, what are we going to see from Uther? Now, Divine Shield is always a nice tool to have in your arsenal, but if you're trying to lock a hero like Tracer down, Divine Storm is just a bit better, and that's what they're going for here. So it's all about trying to control Tracer. She's going to be the main damage dealer, and of course, if you can interrupt any kind of Sanctification cast, you are also going to be in a good spot. Oh, the Blessed Shield miss. So close. So close. But unfortunately for them, you don't get any points for that. So a bit more damage coming out against Nick. One bomb throwing out after another with the sticky bomb here. And now Chromie has a 13 already. They're trying to steal the camp away. Even a little bit more delay coming in now. Here comes Urel though, and they gotta jump out. They're already a bit low. They get the shield from Tyrael, and here's already the bunker. They're zoning them out completely towards the bottom end of the fight. But up here at the top, Urel is still hopping around like a mad goat. Down goes Blaze. Big stun from Uther. Stukov is dead too. They're trying to go for kills, but the camp has already been taken by Washed Up, and now they go for the triple kill. They take Tyrael down, and that's just an incredible advantage for them again. Big fight going their way. Really well done here. Big stun coming out, as you can see, and that just pretty much ruins the play. The initial idea of Stukov to just control the zone at the bottom was a good one, but it didn't do enough for them. Another 4 shots get fired, drop the core down to 24. We still have another camp about to be taken, and they're just stealing everything away. Map control definitely in the hands of Washed Up now. They're moving through the bottom, trying to get some damage done against the bell tower. And a conversion here would be a problem for the Snowflakes, and it's happening. That bell tower is not making it. And worse than that, there's even Pumpkins still on the map that could now be escorted straight into the death zone and then connect the shots. And yep, there's the first one. Second and third are also in. They're trying to go for another Blessed Shield attempt. That didn't work out. Chromie's temporal loop gets broken. But now we have a level 13 talents on all heroes on the blue team side. We have a big gap already by 11 points on the core. And yeah, things are just rough a little bit right now. Level 13 is not in yet for the Snowflakes. Once they do, they have at least the synergy together with Stukov, so that's going to be great. And as I said previously, once a Tracer pops off, you have a good chance of really turning it. But she really needs to pop off. So she needs the Soma Transference on 13 from Abathar as a tool. Opening the walls is also going to be very helpful so that they can jump in and take a hero like Urel down whenever she tries to retreat behind the gate. So far that hasn't really happened just yet. A bit more action down here also against Blaze, who needs to be careful here too. That fire bat doesn't do anything against the Marine right here. But they're still trying to move out as the 13 now hits. And, well, there's the lockdown. Keep in mind... Oh, missed the stun. Nice. Good dodge. Well done. They try to turn it, and this time Jimmy is in trouble, and he goes down. Tracer starting to pop off. Dino goes for the bunker. Has to. They need to be really careful here. This fight isn't over yet by any means, and Tracer is actually sitting in the bunker for a long time, waiting for the cooldowns to come back up and trying to retreat here. Another big triple hit. Even Johanna is down, and Dino is moving in again for some additional tickle damage. Can't get too much done, but they already got the 2 kills that they needed. They got control now, and they can rotate to the bottom of the map to take the bell tower. 6 kills to 5. There's a few camps up too. They find Urel. There's the stun. There's the follow-up. That's the end. Goodbye, Urel. Staggered death. Snowflakes coming out swinging right here. Yeah, nobody talking about melting Snowflakes anymore in this one. 6 kills to 6, and they have just completely turned this game on its head. They're going for Chromie too. Hazu just can't die here. He just can't. They can't have more staggered deaths. That would just be too much of a problem. 3 shots only get fired, but they connect 29 to 21. And the big goal has to be a recapture of the bell tower at the bottom right of the map from the perspective of the red team. And they're going for it immediately. Taking it. Camps are still up. Leading experience. What more do you want? This is the opportunity right now to get ahead with the 16 talent. 28,000 damage for Tracer. And 25k for Abathur. As the push at the bot lane is set up by the blue team once more. Washed up, trying to regain map control. 35,000 damage for Jimmy. 33,000 for Chromie. Chromie hasn't really taken over just yet. Just gonna try to. Abathur up at the top. Is waiting for some kind of slap plays over here. So far that hasn't happened either. Now it comes back to the team fights. Keep in mind that what I said earlier is still true of the Snowflakes as well. They don't really have a setup that screams, hey, we're going to take structures down within seconds. So they are looking for team fights. They want to take team fights and then take the time that they buy through them to go for the fight. There's the bunker. Big pressure play against Stukov. Bomb missed. And he gets out. Oh, so I thought. And then he gets pushed back in. That's a kill. That's a double. Banana H low. Dino can't get the kill. He was so close, but he can't get it. Now Ethereal dies too. That's 3 heroes down. Banana H, he nearly falls, but he survives. This is a problem. They looked so good coming back into this, and now all of a sudden it's just washed up again. Trigger happy as usual, making the plays, and the timing couldn't be any better. The triple altar phase is now starting up in another 4 seconds, and that's all that you need. There's 3 heroes down for the Snowflakes. If you get a triple altar in the spot, that's 12 points off the core. That would be single digits for the Snowflakes, and that's realistic. That's absolutely realistic. Abathur, come on, it's the only chance. Slap it, baby, slap it. Yeah, no slaps from Abathur. Yeah, no balls on the slug. But Ui's here and he helps out. So the Toxic Nest was enough. We don't see any slug action just now. But they save the altar. At least for the time being. Chromie moving over to the right side. Yeah, she's being useful over here. Yay! Very happy about this. And now the shots are fired. 4 on the blue team, 4 on the red team side. 25 to 13 points. Here we go. Urel taking to the top. They are ahead in kills. They have taken the lead in experience again. Time will tell. 16 talents. There we have it. Slow down with the envenomed spikes right here. So a bit more action for them. Now could have gone into the adrenaline boost, but they didn't. So instead they are working through even more slows and trying to allow Tracer to get more shots in. And the 16 talent has also the benediction. So this is really what Tracer has to be careful about the most. Stay away from Uther. Play that safe. Don't expose yourself to any kind of stun lockdown, so you're going to be in trouble. She still has the medallion, though. Tracer still has her medallion, so there's that. Stukov burned his just a second ago. Good damage against Banana H. Stun and the kill. Where is it? They're looking for him, and they get him. It's Abathur who takes him down, but the fight isn't over. Another stun connect against the Quasar. But they are still kept alive. The Uther goes doing wonders over here. 9 kills to 7. Well, they're pushing through the bottom gate, or at least they're trying to. Abathur is pushing out the top lane, also connecting even more experience. Not experience. A little bit of a look over there. You see the Slugger with 15,000. Now, he is not quite on the level that we have from a Urel, but Urel is jumping between the lanes consistently. Whereas Abathur is, of course, just trying to use the symbiotes in these situations. It's Blaze that more so is responsible for the side lanes in a lot of cases. Double altar is coming up. This game can still be won by the Snowflakes. This isn't over yet. Best of 5 series, keep that in mind. Good lockdown against Nick, but he's still alive. Is able to dodge out on all the follow-up damage that could have potentially taken him down here. Urel already with the channel attempt gets interrupted by Tracer. And with Abathur's help, this is pretty much a 2v1. Now there's of course some self-sustain. Blaze goes down then again. Couldn't even use the bunker, so that's a problem. That's another 5 versus 4. Every single time you think that the Snowflakes have a chance to make it back into the game, they just get shut down hard by Washed Up. Masquerade is able to channel through the bottom altar, and it doesn't seem like there's going to be a different picture here in the middle. Hazorbs is already zoning them out as best as he can. Goes for the double channel together with Uther, who gives up on it. Has to help the rest of the team out. That's another 4 shots fired, and I mean, you know the story already. We're seeing them dropping down to single digits. It's 5 points on the core of the Snowflakes. They are behind in the best of 5. they might fall behind even further if they lose out on this one. So right now, we already have 25 points to 5. Bad situation as it is. Experience lead also for Washed Up. That of course means early level 20. And can they somehow turn this now? This is a comeback map. Again, it's like so many... I keep repeating this every single time we see this map, but it just feels like such an important fact to state. If you get late game control, you win this one. You take this. You can always recapture bell towers, and if you are able to win late game team fights, this can be your game. And they get kills. It's not like they're not getting any kills here. They're trying for another one. That might just have saved Banana H, by the way. I'm not so sure about that play. Not sure if that was really intentional. They nearly killed him, but he could have fallen for sure. So Stukov with a save there, more or less. Nick, on the other hand, he doesn't seem like he's going to be saved. Stukov is dead. They need the counter kill. They need it, and they get it. Jimmy is down. Tracer zipping out, zipping in. There's the hive mind. They need to make some plays right now. They're already low. So is Banana H, though. They're trying to get the kill here. Everybody is just so close to dying, and he gets... No! What? He doesn't get it. Oh, the Abathur attempt to go for the kill against Uther, and Uther just doesn't fucking die. That guy is surviving so much in this game. Now, the support is gone for the Snowflakes, but now we have another double altar up, and if one of them is getting channeled by Washed Up, it's a single point on the core. Not a position you want to be in. So they try to channel at the top. Tracer zipping in down here, goes for the interrupt, and she is playing a very deadly game, as you can tell. Yeah, they're doing the same in the middle. Here comes the aggression. They're trying to zone them out. Middle altar has already been channeled. The red team is currently doing well here. Blessed Shield not thrown out yet. Still looking for the target. We have the blue team in another position where they could take a big lead, even bigger than it is already. But can the Snowflakes maybe find back in the situation? Stukov is back to business. Stukov is back. He's starting to rejoin the fight and can go for the heals now. We have 20 on both sides, so it's at least an even talent fight. Here comes the play. Dino moving in. Big storm, but the stun doesn't hit Tracer. Oh, Chromie, so low. She's down to 200 hit points. He can at least go for the fountain here, but this is still a mad problem. And guys, red team looks much better at this point. Unless we see Chromie with a big burst damage setup against the target, this looks like it's another altar channel for the Snowflakes. And it seems like they're getting it right now. Urel is not here yet, and that's 4 shots fired. They're holding on. They hold on to it. They dropped them down to 17. They got 8 points off the opponent's core, and they're slowly fighting their way back into this. Slowly but steadily. So right now, there's the move down to the bottom again. They're looking for fights. They're looking for any kind of aggression they can set up. They have to guard the middle as well. Bell Tower has already taken some damage, and Abathur is currently sitting right there. Can also, of course, drop the... Oh, burning down first. But can always try and drop another mule too. They're getting even in kills. Look how the red team positions aggressively now. They want to look for team fights. They want to try and see if they can get some kills here. Already going straight in for Urel. And Urel had to pop some cooldowns there. Still holds on to the Gladiator's medallion though. We don't have too many heroes that have that medallion still up, by the way. One of them is Stukov. Tracer had to use it just a few seconds ago, so she's going to be down for quite some time. Talking pressure, by the way, look at the top side. Abathur is doing a lot of work here, trying to take that bell tower down, and Dequaza had to react to it with his Urel. At the bottom of the map, it's still the good old jumping setup. Tyrael jumping in, Tracer attempting to follow, everybody looking for a bit of damage. Yeah, talking damage here. Upgrade for Chromie, going to the stuck in the loop, helping out too. Redemption is in for Uther. Kill me once, kill me twice, baby. At this point, we'll try again for Urel. Next objective is going to be up soon, and if this doesn't change, then Abathur might be able to sneak one in. So that might actually happen. But, well, let's actually see. Top side, yes, Abathur is already in position. Ixia is already sitting right there and is saying like, okay guys, you can go for the left side, I'm going to channel the right, and then we make the play. We try to go for the fight right there. Tracer is a bit low. She's, well, slow. She's at the bottom of the map right now. Abathur is channeling. Ooh, this is a really tricky spot to be in. Yes! And there's the kill. Tyrael is down. That came too late. Uh-oh, this might be the beginning of the end. Can they get the kill? Uther is dead, but he still has redemption, if I'm not mistaken. He should have redemption here. He's going to be back to business. It's going to be 13 points down to 1. A single point on the core. 4 shots fired. And there it is. Bam! Alright. This is tricky. 13 points to 1. There we have it. Mid lane pressure is also happening right now. And it's of course boss time. Well, boss time in the sense that the red team has to guard it now. They don't have to necessarily make a play for it, but they at least have to make sure that nobody is taking it. If that gets snuck in at any point, it's a problem. And it comes down to where exactly the next altars are going to spawn to. It's only one, not far to the bottom of the map, so that's not too bad. You can still play around those distances a little bit. It's more of an issue when there's like a boss up at the top and then all the way to the bottom of the map there's one altar left, then there's always a chance that the opponent's team is trying a rotation and trying to sneak it in, so there's that. But yeah, so there we go. Okay, let's have a little bit of a look. Right over here, we already got 12 kills to 9, 13 to 1 points on the core. Still looking for the plays here. Damage output 75,000, 79,000 for the top 2 damage dealers in the game. Actually, make that top 3 because Chromie is sitting at 78k. She's still playing that little damage battle with Reyna over here. Abathar is of course attempting to control the top lane to finally get control of that bell tower. That would help them to take the opponent's core down a bit faster. And it's all about that one altar that's going to pop up in 24 seconds. Uh-oh, blessed shield. They make the play. They go for the move. Counter attempt. Yeah, they're trying to push them back. A lot of damage, a lot of tools being used here. No big ults, on the other hand, fired by the Snowflakes. So they're in a better position right now. 80,000 damage from Tracer. Abathar is sitting at 62k. Big shove, by the way. Oh, boy. Yeah, and they're still poking it. Abathar now positioning himself a little bit farther towards the middle, but top lane control is still looking nice. That's going to be a channel, and they get it. They get it. They take it. This game is still on. It's not over yet. 4 shots fired. Bam. We're down to single digits on both sides now. 9 points to 1. Right here. And they're trying to go for Ixia. He has the bunker. Can he use it? Oh. Okay, that was actually not Ixia. It was the copy. Jimmy is down, but now Ui has to use the bunker, and he does. Uses the bunker. They're all safe. 1 point to 9. They have the 5 versus 4 situation on the map. Abathar copy nearly fooled me there for a second. Ult is out on Urel's side. Sanctification has been used too. And Urel. He goes down. Urel is dead. The bell tower is taken. And here comes the play straight for the rest of them. Yeah, top side. This one is definitely convertible. Guys, they can go for a lot of control right now. They can take the boss if they want, and you could argue that they should because the next altar is at the bottom of the map. They take some control over here. They have to do some quick math skills. But I think removing the boss as a tool from the map would be a good move right now. They don't seem to be willing to do this, but if they don't, then at least take the top bell tower and make this a bigger situation for yourself. That's the one thing that they probably should do here. So right now we already got the mule back in, bit of a mana mule setup. Just hey, here we are. They take the bell tower, but the boss is up, and they want to go for the full barrage. They want to go for the full barrage. They can go for the full barrage. That's a play that you can definitely make. And only 2 shots need to be fired for that bell tower to finish it. Actually 3, because this one is going to get reclaimed. So the first shot is already out. Second shot is going to get fired in a moment. There it is. Is a third one possible? Yes! If they take the bell tower, now it's over. If Abathar goes down and takes the bell tower, the game's over. They actually might just turn it. They might have just made the biggest comeback possible. Yes, they're going for it. They're slack. Slap him, baby. Slap him. Yes! They make it happen. What the hell? The Snowflakes with a victory. Insane. The 1-1 in the best of 5. What a comeback by the Snowflakes on Towers of Doom against Washed Up. Infernal Shrines, our third map, Washed Up against the Snowflakes. And what a comeback, baby! Wow, that's the reason why Towers of Doom is just such an awesome map to cast. And again, I bet that some of the guys, when I was casting the game and I was talking about the late game comeback potential of Towers, were like, Khaldor, shut the fuck up. You don't know anything. They have no chance of coming back in this game. And then everybody at the end of the game was like, oh my god, what just happened? Now in game number 3 in the series is tied. Our best of 5 continues with Nick on Tassadar, Masquerade on Diablo. We got Hazops on Hanzo. Banana on Ana, because Ana's banana is absolutely bananas. When Ana plays banana, then everybody knows that bananas Ana is absolutely bananas. Griever, aka Quasar on Diva. And over on the right side of the map, we got Ui on Leoric. We got Dino on Junkrat. Ixia on Tychus. Lauba on Garrosh. And Iova on Brightwing. The level 1 talent for Tychus, depress the advantage. Okay, let's go. Plus, in addition to that, we also have another build straight into the darts over here. So, we got a couple of talents earlier, focusing a little bit more on the grenade, a little bit of a hybrid build in one of the games with a level 7 talent. And in some of the CCL games, full-on grenade builds. Talking about this, we got a bit of a fight happening in the middle of the map too. Masquerade goes down, and, well, that's an easy kill. Yeah, look at this. All the momentum from game number 2 translating straight over into game 3. The Snowflakes at this point, they are a bit on a roll. And they're doing well here. Honestly, the comeback in game 2 was insane. It was absolutely insane. So, yeah, with all that said and done, let's see what else they can actually pull off here. At this point, what else do we have? We got our Awesome's Renewal in for Leo, so the wave clear from him is going to be pretty nice here. The self-sustain is going to be excellent. Junkrat, of course, on this map is super sexy because he can poke from the outside of the shrine fights. He also can follow up after a stun with displacement. That could either be Ixia with his polymorph, that could also be, well, just Garrosh using some of his tools. So there's actually a lot that they can do just from a displacement perspective with Garrosh and Junkrat. They have good follow-ups at stuns for isolation. Later on they will have the Entomb plus Buried Alive on level 20. There's a lot of CC that they can roll in this game. Whereas on the blue team side, we got Diva, who's always annoying as hell. And in addition to that, of course, you got the Tassadar setup with the potential nano boost coming through later on. We got Hanzo for nice setups and control. The bigger they are for Tychus, for the Renegade, as you usually want, especially against Diablo. Once that bad boy is stacked, you're gonna see a lot of that. The magic spit the entire time. And yeah. Come on, spit on it, Brightwing. Spit on it, baby. You know it in Uberak. Yeah, 1 kill to 0, and it slowed down a little bit. Teams are going for the camps. We got the traditional Khazra camp trade at the bottom of the map with the 2-for-1 in favor of the Snowflakes. Slight advantage in experience because of this. Nothing crazy, but it's all about the first shrine. This is where the party is really going to start. After the initial looks for aggression, trying to get an isolation or something. That didn't really help too much, but here, off we go. Let's see if they have a bit of a chance of taking this one. Yeah, are the Snowflakes really going to walk away with an advantage after Game 3? Because Game 2 was crazy. I mean, you think about it. Washed Up had such a big lead over such a long time on duration of this match that they could have walked away with a 2-0 lead. And in a best of 5 series, this is mostly game, right? Reverse sweeps are possible, but they are very, very rare. But now that's really stopping the momentum of Washed Up a little bit. And if the Snowflakes can carry that throughout Game 3, that would just be crazy. So they are starting to make the play. We already have our bit of a poke happening with Hazops coming through. Masquerade is sitting tight as well. Big lead, by the way, for the Snowflakes. Once they have level 10, they also got Odin, which is great. Now, of course, you can still control the space with the bomb on Diva. I honestly feel that sometimes you shouldn't even run away from it. It feels like that thing does no damage. It's more scary than it does do damage. I mean, I don't say tank it with the entire team, but still. Hazops is a bit low, so he needs to retreat here. And they're trying to make the play for Ixia, so Tychus is just barely getting out. And they're equalizing the position on the point. Yeah, well, I say that in just a second later. We got another skeleton swing from Leo coming through, and that more or less seals the deal. So they take the first Punisher. And they also now got the level 7 talent. Both teams now do. Relentless Soldier is in. And, well, it's party time. As we have the Punisher baited over the wall. And the wall gets taken down. Now, I haven't talked about this in a long time, so I feel for everybody that doesn't really know how to play the map properly, I have to emphasize that again. If the Punisher approaches your gate and your wall, every hero needs to be behind the gate. One hero uses a ranged attack or a spell any kind of ability to attack the Punisher from behind the wall. That will trigger vision on the Punisher. Punisher jumps over the wall, and then you can easily defend. If you don't do this, you will lose a lot more, because the Punisher will proc the jump in front of the wall, or not at all, and then your opponent will walk away with not only the wall being destroyed, but very likely also your keep taken out. Haven't talked about it in a while. Most people obviously are very well aware of it. If you're not, then try it in your next games. Believe me, map knowledge and little small things like this one that you see every time in a pro level but you might not notice will boost your level significantly. At this point, Ixia, of course, is sliding around, and he's going to be the one getting the most damage in the entire time here. Yeah, Walson, on the other hand, can't get any damage done if you're getting murdered into the wall, but thankfully Garish is around to throw him back out. Dibbles wasn't too happy about that, I can already tell you that much. He thought that he had someone locked down that he can take apart. But wouldn't be surprised if, yeah, Leo is still top damage, exactly. Solo laners at the beginning of the game oftentimes have the top damage, since they're locked into this 1 versus 1 battle where they will fight off against each other way more aggressively. 14,000 for him through the drains. And of course it's not only that. If you're going into team fights and you're getting a good drain off against Diablo, that helps. Because he has a ton of hit points. Yeah, Dibbles needs to do a little bit of cardio or something. Honestly, with that skin, it isn't really too bad, is it now? He looks a lot slimmer on this one. Looks much better here. But technically speaking, he's still a big boy. It's a little bit more on the fat side over here, so he needs to be a bit careful. So yeah, top side, that's where the action comes now in. That's a kill. Yeah, you can drain that all you want, but you're down. Don't tell me. No way. No way. Die. Thank you. Now he will be back soon, don't worry about it. But imagine that drain land. Oh, the combo! Beautiful! They might not get a kill, but it doesn't matter. Sexy place, baby! Sexy place. Yeah, we're gonna take another look at that. That is an old school HGC combo. The Hanzo arrow into the Apocalypse, and they executed it perfectly. The arrow, bam! And the Apocalypse is right there, and then they go for the kill just a moment later. What a nice setup. That's exactly the type of combo that you want to execute with Hanzo plus Diablo. Perfect moment, you get the level 10, you go for it, and it is a work of art. So, the next objective is coming up. We got 2 kills to 1, both are level 11, both have their ult now, and that means Commandeer Odin. And that's a big one, because every single time that you are roughly 20 stacks ahead on the objective and you pop Odin, you have more or less won the objective. Now, obviously, it can still backfire, you lose a couple of heroes, whatever, but this is a bit of a rule of thumb play. The problem is you need to engage into a 5 versus 5 if that has to happen, and ooh, that nearly turned against Lauber. Yeah, so that was a problem. There was a bit of an issue there. If he died, that would have been a huge problem. But okay, so now that the objective is up, Leo has already been busy, and he's giving them a significant lead, so if they might not even have to use Odin here. Now, Ixia could pop it at any moment now, but if they feel that they don't need it for the fight, they don't really have to, but they definitely can. Now, the Riptire is still out. Might just wait for a few more minion stacks. No, actually puts the damage onto Tassadar instead. And they still hold on to 25. Ixia is still burning down Diablo. And there's the taunt. Good arrow again from Hanzo, but Dibbles is down anyways, isn't he? Masquerade is completely pushed out. Here comes Odin as they're starting to make the play. And in we go. 1 down. He's going to come back. Nick on Tassadar gets murdered though. 16 to 27. They're following it up with another kill against Hanzo. Yep, he can stick that bow where the sun doesn't shine. And now the rest of the red team is making their way over to the shrine to take Punisher number 2. Oh yeah, ladies. That's where we're gonna have our second Punisher move through the top lane. And there's the momentum right there for the Snowflakes. No. Down to the bottom of the map, that's where we have still our 1 versus 1. Leo and D.Va are gonna rotate between bot lane and mid lane to get the experience. Even Junkrat is moving in a bit, figuring that they are taking the fort at the top lane anyways, and that he can rotate into the middle to take another wave down and make it easier for Leo to take the bottom fort. Now, this is a big play. That's not only for the top fort. No, they're trying to get the one at the bottom of the map as well. And even denying the vision, which I like a lot over here. taking those structures down, deny vision to your opponent. And honestly, you should always do that. There's always people that come in and say like, ooh, but what if I have an Illidan on my team and he could use it? Yeah, generally speaking, in the mid game, maybe that's still a bit of a concern. Once that we're heading into the late game, you want to remove as many of these walls as you can, because it will deny vision, and vision plays in the late game are one of the most important things in Heroes of the Storm, especially when we're talking 20 versus 20. Big play here too. Brightwing is still eating the arrow, but that was way too late. Riptire takes down the minion wave, and you can see that Washed Up is starting to struggle a bit here, which is honestly pretty insane. I mean, this isn't the final of the tournament yet, but it's the winner bracket final. And Washed Up, I don't even know when was the last time that they actually lost the best of 5 series. They've been pretty dominant over the last couple of weeks and months. We pretty much had only 2 teams that really still played as a 5-man unit, and that was Washed Up and Feel the Heat. The fan club, not really anymore. And this is a bit of a mixed team that they're playing with here. So I'm really surprised at how well they are doing, considering the circumstances. They have some very aggressive styles here, but it works against their opponent. So it's a 1-1 situation, and the lead with more than a level goes to the Snowflakes, as the next objective is going to spawn at the bottom of the map. And it's 3 forts that have been destroyed. This is full-on map control that they have right now. They got a lot of this. So now the push straight into the middle of the map, trying to take this one down. Using also maybe the level 16 talent advantage, because they're going to get that. They're going to get a level 16 here. So that's one opportunity to maybe even get a little bit further ahead in this. And, well, let's see if they can make that work. Right now, they're getting, yeah, the wall. And they get the level 16 talent. Leo isn't even here. Leo's at the bottom of the map. He's taking camps now. He's setting up even more pressure against Washed Up during the objective. There is still a camp at the top right that technically could be taken by them. But now they get their level 16 talent. They have claimed a big lead in experience, and they're still poking this down. And they have opportunities now. These force walls are a little bit annoying, but at the same time, if Garrosh, for example, is able to grab a target, you like this, exactly, that could have been an issue. One taunt, then you're gone. So you gotta be careful with that. Bit of an escort move through the bottom of the map, as Leo is not only catching additional experience, but trying to get the camp connected. And they can even steal this one away. Yeah, an easy move straight up to the opponent's Shaman camp. And I mean, they need to be careful that they're not being hit by an arrow. That's the only thing where I say that could be a problem. If the arrow comes in the apocalypse, but not even that is being attempted, they know that it's a small gap at this point to 16, so you don't really want to risk this. So instead, the Shaman camp is taken away, which means that this one will be uncontested once that it's set on its way. And since the objective spawns at the bottom of the map, that also, of course, indicates very quickly that Washed Up will have some trouble at the top lane. Because there's catapult pressure, there's a camp, the wave is already pushed out, Leo finds himself at the bottom of the map. I don't know who's going to stay at the top lane long enough to really push this lane out properly, and right now it doesn't seem like that's the case at all. So this is going to be a bit of an issue. I mean, technically speaking, Brightwing could, for example, sit at the top lane a bit longer. They need to wait for vision, of course, on the opponent's team, but that could be a play. Now, they're not going for it. They're trying to control the position instead early. They still have, well, Odin, so if they use that, this is the reason why the blue team also has to make a move. They can't really just wait it out. They need to make this before Odin would secure this. Now, everybody needs to keep Hanzo in mind. Hazops will try to use that. Early Odin, by the way. Top lane gets pressured, just saying. Bit of a play into the back line here by D.Va. But this is an issue for Washed Up. They are struggling. They're really struggling. They're trying to take this back, but just look at the top. First of all, yep, there's the arrow already out. Pilot is in trouble. Top Keep, by the way, also in trouble. And look at Ana. She's struggling too. Who is moving in, tries to get the hit, gets one. There's the Entomb locking her down, but they don't realize where she is. They still get the double kill though. And they go for Ana too. Ana is gone. Top Keep is in trouble. Guys, this is a disaster. An absolute disaster for Washed Up. Washed Up is getting crushed right now. Absolutely crushed. They have some serious trouble here. Top side, that keep can be taken at any point. It's not going to be destroyed right now, but they can move in whenever they want. And of course, what we're seeing from the Snowflakes is an attempt to prepare for a game push. They want to end this with level 20. They already have Leo on the point. He's probably not going to... Really? I would have thought that Leo doesn't take it. That they delay it and try to get for level 20 first. Okay. That's a little bit... I feel like they could have waited this out. If Leo keeps it at 39 points, they take the keep, they move back, they wait for more experience, force the blue team to come out of their shell there a little bit, and then try and make a play. I think that would have given them a better chance to win this. The chances of winning it are still great, but that is something where I expected they would try and delay it a bit. Maybe they felt it was too much time. Oh, if that's a kill. Dippets, Masquerade with a panic APOC. Is he alive? Nope, he's down, and he's down for the count. This should be game. This should be game right here. They get the kill. Punisher's already jumping in. No buried alive yet, but they don't even need it. They go for Tassadar regardless. Good damage from Nick, but it's not enough. He gets stunned out again, and that's the end of him, I suppose. Tassadar's in trouble. The core gets attacked. And Snowflakes, they are gonna take the 2-1 lead in the best of 5, aren't they? 11 kills to 2. Big plays from them. The keep destroyed in the middle at the bottom. Nearly down at the top. Leo might fall, but that's the only one. Nope, Brightwing keeps him alive too. And this is game. A 2-1 lead for the Snowflakes after the disaster, or the near disaster that was map 2. Well done, as we are heading into the 4th map of this best of 5 series here in the winner bracket final. The special Snowflakes are in the lead as we are heading into Cursed Hollow, our 4th map in the best of 5 series. On the left side, washed up with Hazops on Greymane. We got Masquerade on Imperius, Nick on Urel, Banana Age on Brightwing, and Dequaza on Deathwing. So Urel and Imperius set up at the front, and Greymane as a follow-up here, with Deathwing even providing a little bit more beefy heroes in the team fights, and also, of course, a bit more global pressure. On the right side of the map, we on Hanzo, Laub on Diva, Dino on Gazlo, Yovan Stukov, and Ixia on Raxa. Now, I'm not really a fan of this Diva main tank BS, because I honestly think that's a bit bullshit. I mean, if anybody can make it work, then it's Lauber. He's the one who brought Mal'Ganis back then in the meta. He also experimented a lot with the Blaze main tank, as Blizzard made the targeting with the jet propulsion a bit better. But I've seen this once, I didn't really like it. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not an option, you can still test it out. But I'm not sure if I really like that frontline setup here. And Diva always seems like she's not really made for a main tank setup, simply because you want to have your main tank also control the CC to at least an extent and have some more reliable pressure on the control, ideally with a stun. Now, we'll see if it works out for them. Time will tell. There's of course a chance that this is the last map in the series and the Snowflakes are going to finish what they started. But, well, there's always an opportunity for Washed Up to come back. You should never count them out. This team is just too good to count them out too soon. And their setup isn't really too bad. The combo with Urel and Imperius is pretty insane. You got Greymane for camps and potential boss control. You got Deathwing also on the side lane. So I like the draft definitely a bit more what we're seeing right now. But, well, let's see. Time will tell what they can do. For now, we have Greymane doing exactly what he's supposed to do, going for the camps here. And they are taking their top camp early, as they should. Blue team, that is, because the first tribute will spawn at the top side. So on the red team side, we see exactly the opposite. They want to take their Siege Giant camp last, because it's going to travel through the bottom of the map, whereas the team fight will focus on the top end, so therefore you will have more value out of the Siege Giants and will force someone to stay at the bottom of the map and defend against this. And honestly, that should probably be Deathwing. I don't really think that we're going to see a rotation from Deathwing down to the bottom of the map right now. Brightwing could take that spot too. If the camp is taken a bit too early, then Hazops could just stay a second longer and try and take it out. But as I said, we'll see. So time will tell. For now, it's just like the opening salvos from the two teams. We got our level 4 talents in, the Hand of Freedom over there on our American Space Goat. We already got the Hunter-Gatherer now taken for the extra armor. And it's soon going to be time for the first objective to be announced here. Gazlo is already sitting tight. They're trying to deal with the Siege Giants. And I gotta give it to Dequaza. That's a lot of damage actually on one of the towers. He's pretty much making sure that they're taking this one down already. So that's more than I expected them to do this early on. So yeah, good on him. Now, the bottom of the map is still a bit of a concern though. So you gotta be careful with that. And they keep Urel in that spot. So instead of having one of the globals over there, Urel is gonna take the bot lane. which, honestly, if she gets level 7, she could still have the Divine Steed to move up to the top. But it seems a bit more likely that they are even thinking about giving the first objective just simply out. So that might be a thing. They did a lot of damage already in the middle, as you can see. So at least talking about gates, they're doing a decent job. Oh, they could also nearly get a kill against Ixia here. Siege Giants are now traveling down to the bottom of the map. Now, of course, one of the annoying things when you're going up against Deathwing on this map is also that on tribute channels he can be quite the nuisance and can really annoy the hell out of you. But, well, we'll see for now. So far, he is still not quite ready here. Let's grab up at the top left. Yeah, and gets attacked too. They get the kill. Deathwing turns into Deadwing, and that is a bad start into objective number 1. Now, of course, this is Cursed Hollow, so that's not going to be the end of the game by any means. But the opening kill, at least for the red team. We also got Imperials now jumping out, so that's good for him. Is able to escape. There could have been a follow-up kill with a bit more luck. The early level 7 is at least there. That's the Divine Steed, but of course the first one is taken. First tribute is claimed, and now we got level 7 on both sides. Hanzo with the arrow build, which by the way also means that once that the bosses are up on the map, you need to be careful that the blue team, or sorry, the red team, doesn't block in a quick boss and then tries to go for a double boss play or anything like that. So, yeah, that's of course also a bit of a thing. Top side, that's where we already have it. Yeah, they're trying to make the play for Dequaza again. But they can't really make the play here. Okay, down to the bottom on the other hand. Nick is still fighting this out. And, well, they are trying to go for the gank against Zukov and nearly pushing him out. Problem is that both Nick and Hazu are low as that comes on. So, yeah, you gotta get out of there. You can't sit in that spot for too long. That extra damage on the towers also doesn't really help. And they are all pretty low on that team. They need to be careful here. It's really annoying because they can't really just move back to the Nexus, all of them, or they're going to give up the middle of the map for a pretty significant period of time. Next tribute is spawning in a slightly advantageous situation for the Snowflakes too. So this is a good spot to be in for the red team. They got the first tribute. They have a good chance of getting the second one here as well. Now at least we're going to get the Siege Giants as Hazu is now taking the camp. 11 stacks already for Misha and Rexa. So Ixia is still controlling this as much as he can. But level 10 abilities will definitely change things up a little bit. For now it's fairly even. I have to point out the experience lead for Washed Up. And at least now Deathwing can come in and really help out with this. They're making the play for the pilot. That might actually be the end of... Oh, this is the end of Lauber. Lauber goes down. That was an easy setup. Easy kill for them. But... didn't I say at level 5 or at 5 minutes in you gotta be careful? Yep. Dino plus Hanzo. They easily take the boss. They might have lost the tribute, but they take the boss, and now that bad boy is going to travel through the top lane 5 minutes and 40 seconds in. One of the fastest bosses that we've actually seen on this map. So, yeah, solid job by them. And that was a trade that was well worth it, for sure. So, now we got the bot lane pushed a bit. Top side has to be dealt with. Greymane is the one that ideally would now go into a position and try to deal with the situation here. Hanzo gets punished for taking the boss at least. That was a good one. That was nicely done. Brightwing helps out too. There's a level 10 abilities now for both teams. And they take the boss down probably before he can even take the fort. Keep in mind that this is 5 minutes into the game. It's not like the boss has scaled already. Hazu eats the stun, says whatever. And now that they saved at least the fort for now, another tribute is going to spawn. And so they have to make a play down at the bottom of the map once again. Where we now have another boss up. So depending on who wins this, we cannot really overlook that Hanzo and Greymane would both be good heroes to go for it. And Dino, he's gone into the Robo-Goblin. Robo-Goblin-like here, so I don't know. The two of them can take camps down pretty easily. And if you have continuous boss control throughout the entire game, that's great. Double channel is already happening. They know where the opponent is. No interrupt. Hazu splits off and goes for the camp. Nick takes it. Easy one. Given up by the opponent's team without any problems. So a 2-1 situation on the tribute. Not really the most aggressive game early on here. But, well, let's see. Top side, that's where we now got Banana Age. Still playing it fairly slow. Bottom of the map, yeah, Deathwing needs to be careful here too. As Dino comes in. We've seen this a few times now with the Robo-Goblin. And I'm always kind of sad that when level 20 comes, we never see Mechalord. I always want Mechalord It's more of a meme setup, obviously, and you don't really see it, so I'm not advocating for it being the better talent choice, but it's just kind of more fun. If you have a Morales with that and then just a stim drone in it, it's just absolutely fantastic. But again, this is a competitive setup, so not really a combo that you want to see here. But I would like to see it once. Just once. Just for the lulz. Either way, now that the next tribute is up, it means that both teams will fight for it. Blue team doesn't have to. Red team has to. If they don't want to get cursed, they need to make their move right now. And with the level 13 talent that will be ready for Washed Up, this is going to be a bit annoying. So they need to send someone in to interrupt this. But the level 13 talents are now here. And Masquerade, yeah, gets shoved into the wall as we speak. Alright, the boars are coming in and they're connecting. They're buying time. It's all about buying time for Khaldor to get the experience. But Hazops is already coming in with a pew pew pew. And, well, here's the channel. Lauber has to commit. They're going for Hanzo. Oh, careful. Yeah, if Greymane is ripping you apart, you gotta jump away if you're the bow boy. So, they still buy their time. They get the level 13. They actually get it. They eat some damage in the process. Arrow, and, well, it connects with one. Here comes the bomb, and the damage is in. And it doesn't do anything. Tickles Imperius a little bit. That's all there's to it. Diva Bomb, just not enough damage here. By any means. Hazu, again, needs to be careful. Gets chased by Lauber. Gazlo, by the way, is now proxying the wave at the bottom. Moved in, proxied the wave in the back, and is going to put even more pressure onto the keep. And they still win the fight at the top. Are you shitting me? Now, there's the interrupt attempt, and so far, Deathwing is doing what he does best. He pisses people off when they're trying to channel a tribute. But Gazlo has done insane damage at the bottom of the map right now, and is now starting to slowly rotate in. But they are already on the winning side. As long as they can keep everybody alive, and Hanzo still gets out. But the Gas Lord is there, and now it's going to be a 5 versus 5 in a second. The problem is everybody's already low, and Ixa himself might fall, does fall. Lauber comes on to and dies. And Gazlo, he tried to channel. That would have been the best thing ever if Dino actually got the channel completed. But no, it's a curse. It's a curse against the Snowflakes. And, well, how much damage can the blue team do now? Well, they got Greymane in the perfect position. So that's an easy fort. An easy fort. Hazu rotates around a little bit, keeps the aggro up more, pretty much. And, yeah, needs to take the next minion wave down too. This is one of the big things when you actually curse the opponent. You want to catch as many minion waves as you can, just so that you can make sure that you're not falling behind in experience. Nice arrow against Banana H, but he still gets out. Bot lane gets attacked. That's potentially another fort that falls. And they're making a play here too. Hazops, yep, he keeps the stacks up, comes in, gets the kill, and they're going for the double. They want the triple, and they get it. Triple kill against the Snowflakes. Alrighty. Hanzo is down, and oh boy, is the red team suffering. That combo is not working out for them. Dino is about to die too. Another kill as Diva gets obliterated by Nick on the right side, and it's a 5-man wipe. 5-man team wipe, ladies and gentlemen. And that is, well, potentially the end of the keep at the top. I mean, look at this shit. They got at least Rexar back, but who's going to save that thing? Nobody. Absolutely nobody. All forts have been destroyed now. The top keep is falling too. At the bottom of the map, the gate has been destroyed. One of the towers is down. This is an absolute disaster for the Snowflakes. They are getting crushed in this game. Absolutely crushed. I said I don't like this comp, and I kind of feel vindicated with my opinion again, because, I don't know, this just doesn't work out. Now, again, we chucked it off when it happened on the NA side. Now they tried it for a second time, and it still doesn't really work. That Diva main tank position is just not really a good one. But again, I gotta also put the caveat in that they're going up against an extremely strong team, so it's not like this is a pushover team that they're facing here. And Washed Up is, of course, very motivated to win this one, since they are still trying to win the best of 5 series to advance to the grand final. Nobody wants to go through the loser bracket here. So they're starting to push in again. This time they're moving through the bot lane, since they just took the boss. And if this ends up with a second keep taken, you know there's going to be some real trouble for the Snowflakes. It's going to be tough for them to control the game in any way if this one is now lost as well. And they're starting to make their way in. They're going for it already. Lauba, he's trying to zone them as best he can. There's turrets everywhere from Gaslow that are burning the boss down quickly. And there's the bomb too. The pilot is dead though, and the arrow misses completely. This is bad. This is really bad. Maybe if Masquerade can be taken out, that doesn't happen either. Dequaza, he's griefing. He is griefing, but they get the keep. Sacrificed his life to get the keep for the team. A real hero right here. Yeah, boss of course is going to make it towards the core, but let's face it, it's not going to take the core down. But 2 keeps gone is a huge problem. Nick is getting attacked now too. Well, if they can get this one, the more kills you get, the better. Close that experience gap as quickly as you can. As the killer gets biting, they're full on brawl. I mean, what the hell, ladies? Mad brawl happening, and Urel is trying to get away. Well, we're going to keep our eye on that, but it seems like Nick gets out. But this is just one kill after another. Full on action in this one. Holy shit. So now we have a bit more pressure in the middle. But yeah, what a game. What a game. Now guys, as they're making the play for the boss, once again, quick reminder, if you want to support the channel and also all the commentary here in esports, of course not only in Heroes, but all the other stuff as well, check out the Patreon channel, patreon.com/Khaldor. And again, big shout out to all the patrons and supporters that help to keep the channel alive and help me to also improve on production with live replays that I was now able to set up. Camera equipment is better, audio setup that is still going to be improved, and other things. Big shout out to all the supporters, and again, if you want to be part of this too, then check out patreon.com/Khaldor, and thanks to all of you. Now with a bit of an interrupt at the top, now that we have the next tribute up, it's not a tribute that is going to have a big consequence. The boss that was just now taken by the Snowflakes is going to allow them to at least take a fort down, and they will put some pressure onto the top keep. But then again, D.Va is dead. I was just about to say, the issue is that even if you give the tribute up, it's only going to be the second tribute for the Snowflakes. So the blue team didn't even have to fight for it, but they saw an opportunity and they moved in to take D.Va down. So now they're in a spot where they have a 2-level advantage, a level 20 on their side. Boss at the bot lane should still be down for another, 2 minutes, like way too much. But with 2 keeps gone, if you take the last keeps down, then you're gonna have super minions. Oh no, wait, that was the other 2. No, you're not gonna get anything outside of lane control because Blizzard doesn't like that shit. So, yeah, 13-5. And there's the kill against Imperius. That was a quick one. If they can replay that a few times, then they might just be able to make another comeback here. Now, they pulled off an insane comeback in game number 2 on Towers of Doom, but again, that's a very different map. In order to pull something similar off over here, they need to take structures down, which would mean claim the bottom fort, try to take down the one in the middle to at least help with some of the catapult pressure, and then, I don't know, either curse your opponent, take another boss, somehow get a few keeps destroyed, and it's not going to be easy. Now, we are at 56,000 damage for Gaslow. Top damage, by the way. Dino. Oh, big arrow. Big arrow, and it misses completely. I mean, they YOLO'd it a bit, but if that one hits, they might be able to get a kill with the help of Gaslow here. As it stands, the camp is pushing through the middle of the map. Urel is also pushing the top lane, so these catapults and siege giants will soon arrive at the core, which is going to force someone back eventually, I suppose. It seems like Ixia is going to be the one trying to deal with it. Yeah, they're going to give this up, aren't they? They want 20. They need level 20 and they want level 20. So this is the only thing that they can pretty much try to pull off here. Get the level 20, get your Storm Talons, and then go for an additional fight. And, well, that fight might actually happen around the boss. Now, neither the bottom nor the top boss can end up in the hands of Washed Up at this point. Both of the keeps are gone, so that would be a dire situation to be in. It's raining scrap, by the way. The Talon on 20. We got the Bullseye also in, and the Seraphim for Urel. But it's time to shine. Top side, this is going to be a tribute, and if it's taken by the blue team, it's another curse. So the Snowflakes are going to try and take this. But there's the boss at the bottom of the map, and as I said, they can't afford to lose this one either. So they need to guard this. And guess what? Urel is sitting up at the top. Could even hide. I mean, right now, she is going to show. There's the arrow. They're desperate to make a play. They're desperate. They need to do something. And they know it too. And they go for boss. Urel is going to channel the tribute. They might even give the boss up at the bottom of the map just to get the curse here. And just look at what's happening at the core already. There's catapults pushing in. Guys, this is bad news. There's the curse. All of the minions on the other side are going to be eliminated. Are they going to make a play for this? Is Deathwing going to try and move in here? No, they're letting it slide. They're letting it slide. They're not going for the boss, but the core is under attack. As I said, bot lane, top lane, both are pushing against the core. The catapults are there, and the curse are making the defense through minions nearly impossible. The shields are falling. D.Va is down, so is Rexa, so is Hanzo. That's a full-on team wipe once they eliminate Dino 2, and the core is already falling. 5-man wipe. This is going to map number 5. Map number 5 incoming, everybody. We're going the full distance over here. The Snowflakes go down. Washed Up takes the victory on Cursed Hollow in the winner bracket final of the tournament. GG. Well played. We're going the full distance. It's map number 5. It's Tomb of the Spider Queen. Washed Up against the Special Snowflakes. The winner bracket final. One of the two teams will go down into the losers bracket. And the winner will make it to the grand final. And oh boy, do we have a comp. Ixia is on his Probius. There we go. Left side on the map, Washed Up with Hazops on Jaina. Masquerade on Johanna. Banana H on Ana again, because we all know about Banana's Ana, or Ana's Banana. Shut up. Griefer, aka Quasar on Rexa. We got Nick on Greymane, and over to the right side, Lauba on Imperius, Ixia on Probius, Dino on Gazlo, we on Deathwing, and Stukov played by Ewa. Now, oh, that's the Deathwing skin. Now we're talking. Alright, not this chicken shit anymore. We just see, it looks like he got plucked a second ago. No. Here we go. That's the skin that I'm talking about. Oh yeah, baby. But what I really wanted to talk about is that every single time in the last couple of years when you've seen anything around the lines of the Gazlo and the Probius in the game, you knew that you got memed. Now that we're in this game, it's actually not so much the case. Now, Probius is a little bit out there, but Ixia is one of those players that has a pretty mean Probius. He's a little bit like Swamgrotta with his Murky, so this might seem like a bit of an out-of-a-box pick, and honestly it is, at least to an extent, but this isn't a meme combo where they're going in there just like trollolololololololol. So, Gazlo is meta at this point. Having Ixia on Probius can be dangerous, so this is a comp that you shouldn't underestimate. Now, I'm not gonna say that this is a winning composition necessarily, but this is definitely not a meme comp, and a lot of people looking at this would immediately jump to like, oh my god, what the hell are they doing? So they got a ton of wave clear with this, they got a lot of control in general, and if anything, then they need to be a bit worried about backline damage. So they have a few heroes that also have that, but I suppose that the main goal here is really to just like fight area fights and also control the map as best they can. And Probius is already starting with a bit of a rotation. Whereas when we're looking towards Washed Up, this is more of a traditional setup with that nano boosted Jaina that is trying to follow up on stuns from Misha or Jojo later on. Any kind of CC you want to put in the burst damage. Greymane can come out with a bullet and chunk the target down a little bit too. I'm talking about targeting things. Looks like Ixia was kind of lost on the wrong side of the map. Yeah, good luck getting out of this one. So, I like the optimism. I like the optimism for sure, but yeah, not happening. So that's a kill. Probius is down. No cannon rush in this game. And now with level 4 in their hands, at least the Snowflakes have taken a bit of a lead. Probius immediately goes for the shield capacitator over here. Rexa, of course, looking for the extra armor for himself and Misha with his Hunter-Gatherer on level 4. But yeah, the probe is down, so that was the initial kill. Now, the Snowflakes still gotta be careful with this. As I said, you can't write this combo up completely, but they tried some stuff already on the last map and it didn't really work out on Cursed Hollow. So this D.Va main tank thing not really working, at least as of now. Lauba in this case, on the other hand, is looking at a proper stun tank, so now we have Imperius being played in that role. But let's see what they can actually do with this. Shouldn't really shrug it off too soon, but still. God, I love this skin. This entire skin series, no matter really what tint you're going for, it looks fantastic. It's just so much better than that chicken skin. Seriously. I mean, I don't understand how people can take that in the first place. Always triggers me. Doesn't even make me hungry. Usually just some skins just make me hungry. That doesn't even make me hungry. Might have to do with the fact that I had Chick McNuggets earlier, but yeah. Or at least a local variation of it, but still. Yeah, that's a proper Deathwing skin. Now we're talking. I'm so proud of them. So, yeah. But of course, now that we're heading into the middle part of the game, it's all about the turn-ins right now. So they're gonna try and get the first Web Weavers down. By the way, I don't think that Web Weavers for the blue team are gonna do that much. There's a ton of controllers, as I said earlier. There's a lot of AoE too. There's a good chance that the red team burns down Web Weavers very, very quickly here. So that can definitely be a thing. Now down at the bottom of the map, we already have half of the wall destroyed. That's a pretty good lead into the game if you are starting without a single Web Weaver just yet. So level 7 talents are ready for both teams at the same time. Turn-in attempt. Nice, I like it. And he gets it! Wow! Imperius dies in the middle, but honestly, that turn-in was the bigger story. Because that could have been an interrupt easily. I think he probably pressed the wrong button there for just a second and didn't target it properly. Because that's an issue. Now the solo laner has been able to turn in the gems, and that's a problem because Quasar has to play this still a little bit slow. He can't go too far out. He's on 16 gems right now, and he's squishy. So he can't really do anything here. Dino also turned in, so there was only 1 gem. But that's 36 gems that they already turned in here. So this is a pretty decent spot here if you're looking for the first turn-in. Now, top side, this is where Lauba is still harassing Masquerade a little bit. Jojo's coming back together with Greymane to try and take him down. Now that didn't quite work. But down here, we still have another attempt at turning in, and Ixia is controlling even more space thanks to the cannon now. There's another sleep dart, but if those 12 gems are delivered, then this is the first Web Weaver wave for the red team. And that would come at a good moment in time, because Washed Up has a slight lead in experience, and if you can get this turn before level 10 is ready for them, then at least you can gather some XP to get the heroic ability at the same time they do. Yeah, but the interrupts are insane. Misha is moving in the entire time. Jaina goes down on the left side, though. Hello, team. That turn-in is secured now. And Banana H gets most of the gems, not all of them. And here come the red Web Weavers. And they've even taken the lead in experience now, thanks to this one as well. So, yep, there we have it. Top side gets pushed too. So they're starting to move in with that. And it is party time. How much can they get out of the first turn-in right now? That's a big question. They got a lot of wave clear, as I highlighted earlier. If they are able to take some of these structures down, maybe even hit a fort, that would be fantastic. That would be great. Momentum in their hands, that would be the dream. Especially with the lineup that they're playing here. And they got the level 10 just as the perfect moment in time. Oh my god, the stars are really lining up for them, aren't they? So now the team in blue is in a bit of trouble. They will get their own level 10, but for now they have to play it slow. And that's one of the reasons why the wall is already down without any trouble at all. Here comes the blast shield. Oh, the setup and the kill. Beautiful combo. Nicely done. Well played by the Gas Lord. They get the kill against Jojo. The front line gone, and that's the end of that fort. Well played. And now the rotation down to the bottom. Now they don't get the Quasar here, but they get fort number 2. I mean, what a beautiful setup is that. You get 2 forts out of your first Web Weaver wave. It doesn't really get better than that. 1 fort is already insane. Getting both, that's nuts. So this is great. 2 kills to 2. They got a lead. The structural advantage is amazing because it also means that the control over the turn-in points is now swinging in favor of the Snowflakes here, since they still got their fountains up. But then again, Lauba, yeah, a bit of a mini-int here from him. He's not that tanky, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's an additional kill for Washed Up, and that's gonna allow them to turn in. Banana H is already turning in as we speak. So yeah, they get it, and they're also going for the camp at the same time. So Lauba down, that's a problem. He'll be back for the defense, but still, that's a setback. Now, I talked earlier about how I believe that with the lineup that they're running here and the wave clear that they have on those heroes, it should be a defense that is possible for them. And, well, I guess that is going to be put to the test now. So they should have an opportunity to take this one down easy. Dino's already working at the bot lane and is setting that up for the team. Everybody else is sitting in the middle and awaiting the onslaught of Camp and Web Weaver, because that's a beautiful coordinated attack from Washed Up now. They have this one in the middle. They still have some heroes shifting between the middle and the top lane. Blessed Shield, nicely done, but a bit too late. Not hitting this perfectly. Deathwing is coming in too. Nice. Majestic flight right there. Now bot lane has already been defended and Dino is now rotating over. And this attack is still strong. They burned it down quickly, but it's still going hard and it's taking the fountain down. But I think the fort will be safe. Yep, that Web Weaver is about to go down. The fort takes a little bit of damage. Shouldn't really take too much. They're still fighting over at the top though, and maybe a fort is in the cards for Washed Up. They might have a chance to take this one after all. Yeah, ult is already getting used here. The Null Gate comes out. Fort is nearly down. The one in the middle is down to 50% HP, and they're saving all of them. They're saving every single fort for the time being. Level 13 still on the horizon for both of them. So, okay, here we go. We got already retaking to the skies again. Top side. Yeah, Khaldor needs to be careful here. If Nick makes it towards the fort, it's gone. So, you gotta really defend this for now. Blue team gets another one. Double turn in. Oh, baby. Now we're talking momentum. They get the double turn in. Level 13 talents are ready for both of them. They're trying to make the play for Misha. That's a kill. But they will lose structures now, for sure. And I'm not talking about just gates and towers. No, 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 no. We're talking forts at this point. Mid lane, top lane are under severe pressure and will likely fall. And there's good damage coming out now from Washed Up. They're going to try to go for some of these burst kills. Blessed Shield is back up. Nano boosted Jaina with the Blessed Shield as a setup. That's super dangerous. Masquerade needs to be kept alive, and they do that. Top fort, by the way, is completely abandoned. They know they can't save all of it. So instead they're going to the bottom of the map and at least saving the one in the middle. And I guess the next goal is going to be saving the bot lane. Deathwing is the only one that rotated top. So, well, there's that. 29,000 damage on Deathwing, by the way. Top damage in the game. They're trying to go for Lulba again. Okay. Gets the ult out. So far, so good. Greyman with 27,000. Hasn't died yet either. There's the Null Gate once more. And they're still trying to make a play for the middle one. Yeah! There we have it. Another medallion used for Ana that just saves her ass over here. That was a good setup from Khaldor. 5-minute cooldown that just got burned. By the way, one of the few heroes that had to use the medallions thus far. Right now we have only Imperius and Ana on cooldown with the medallion. I love this trap here. If anybody takes the safe path, even the safe path is going to end up with you dying. Nobody's rotating down just yet. Instead, they're trying to go for the turn-in. So, unfortunately for Washed Up, this little trap backfires. The lane didn't push in. The lane didn't push in, so they didn't have to go there. But that allows now for an easy turn-in. That's a little bit annoying, honestly. Like, that trap was absolutely awesome, but nobody fell for it. And that wasn't even intentionally. It's just like that they had other plans. And they turned in 50 gems nearly. So that was big. And Nick uses the medallion and barely makes it out. He could have died there too. But just imagine if Khaldor would have moved through the safe path down to the bot lane in order to stop a wave, for example. That would have ended up with whatever hero it is dying and the blue team having more of an advantage. So that was pretty cool. I mean, either way, now we're looking at the red wave previous descending. So it's their second wave that comes in now. And we are in a very similar situation to what happened on the first one. It's not quite the same thing, but it will be a talent advantage. It's not like level 10 versus level 7, but the level 16 talent spike is still a big one, and that's a lead that you usually don't want to go up against. So off we go. We got 3 kills to 3 right now, starting to make the play all the way up towards the top. Trying to go for Masquerade over here, whereas Lauba is already looking at a potential flank from the side and zones them out a little bit with it. Mid lane Web Beavers, another concern that someone has to take care of, and it seems to be Jaina, which means that they're moving away from the top lane and simply accept that they're going to lose out on this one. So, yep, this one is gone. 16 is ready for both teams. Now we're in even talents. Defense is done, mid lane, bot lane, top lane, different story. I don't really think they can get the keep, but they will definitely be able to do some damage towards the gate. And that, of course, preps also for a potential boss take later on. And keep in mind, this is game 5. This is for all the marbles. Khaldor with the attempted setup here in the back. That didn't work. But they're losing Lauba again. Lauba is down. getting some damage done, but these Blessed Shield setups are just too strong. We talked about it earlier. Blessed Shield, Bullet, Jaina damage, that's an insta-kill. If you eat the entire setup, then you are just toast. And that's more or less what happened here. There's more than enough gems for Washed Up to get another turn in, so they could work towards that. Deathwing moves out. Ooh, careful, Ana. Ana survives. Medallion's getting used by Gazu to make his way out of this one. Ah, but Hazu. Oh my god. Oh, I can't believe that Ana survived this, and then he even moves back in and saves Hazu. That's just nuts. Dainu with 31 gems that he now turns in. And, well, here comes the ping. They're looking for boss. They're gonna try and take it. They got the damage. They got zone control too. We already have a turret set up. I guess Jojo is gonna start and check this one out. But with not only the photon cannon, but the turrets, this is tricky to fight into. This is annoying to fight into. That boss is gonna be taken, especially since there's still heroes at the bottom of the map. They know that they're gonna be too late. So they're just gonna turn in. They're gonna trade that turn in for the boss defense. As we obviously have seen a lot of times, blue web weavers are going to come down, boss is taken, the blue team gets a free defense against the boss, and the red team gets a free defense against the web weavers. This is pretty much what happens. You just trade the boss for the web weavers when you realize that you can't counterplay it. So that's the one play that you can do. And, well, that's what we're seeing. 41,000 damage by now on the side of Deathwing against the 40k that Greymane brings to the table. By the way, Probius with 133,000 siege damage. Not too shabby, my friend. Not too bad. So, yeah, Misha gets attacked as well as Lauba. Careful, I don't want to get baited in too bad. A little bit of damage towards the keep, but they gotta be careful now. Gazlo is still at the bottom of the map, where Beavers are down. Top lane, Deathwing is already starting to burn this out. Mid lane gets still attacked, so there's still the hope of Washed Up to maybe get the fort here. Let's not forget that they still are 2 forts behind. They've lost every single fort that they have on the map, and they even lost the gate at the top and even the fountain. So they themselves need to do a bit more damage, and there's still a fort standing at the bottom of the map. The one in the middle, easy pickings if they ever can make it towards it. But despite the fact that they're behind in kills, right now the Snowflakes are ahead in experience. Not by a lot, but they're ahead. And an early level 20 means something. Depending on when exactly you get it, that might translate into a turn-in for yourself. And talking about that turn-in, Snowflakes are still 1 turn-in behind, but they have the gems that they need in order to get ready for that. Now, that also, of course, means that they are quite significantly behind in gems. They've lost way more gems than Washed Up did. So there's that. But thanks to them nullifying the last wave through their boss pick, they now have a chance to get farther ahead through objective pressure. That's not going to be a big fight over here, but at least denying the turn-in, that would be huge. And there's tons of tools that they have to deny the turn-in. I mean, the flashlight on Jojo is only one example. Then you also have the poke with Misha, you have Ana, you got Jaina with a couple of those Ice Lancers, so you got a lot of tools to really interrupt this. The Flame Crusher isn't really mounting to anything, but there's a level 20, and as I said, this might be the reason why they can now turn in. So with the level 20, we get our Gazlo standard talent, Bomb Toss, and we got the Shoot 'em Up, baby! Yep, Shoot 'em Up is in, he turns in, and that's the Web Weaver wave for Team Special Snowflakes. We should have a level 20 defense, but this is really the moment when you now can try to push the lanes out a little bit further, get the Web Weavers connected with those keeps easily and quickly, and then make your play there. So let's see if they can get one of those keeps. As long as they have the level 20 advantage, Washed Up will be very reluctant to face them. They're going to try to play it slow on the lanes, wait for some of those waves to come in, and get their level 20 before they go into an engage. And so they should, because if they lose a hero now early on in one of these setups, it's going to be tricky. But you can already tell how the space gets controlled by the Snowflakes immediately in the middle. Greymane is defending the top, Rexa is defending the bottom, which means that this one is just open space that they can control to get the Web Weaver connected. And even without the Web Weaver doing anything, that keep is already gone. So now the question is simply where do they transition into? And it seems like we're going to see a move straight into the bottom. Top lane has been defended, and they are looking for more. And they are burning this shit down so easily here. Good connect on Gazlo. They try to go for the insta-kill. Nicely done. Ana set it up, and then Jojo moved in with the Blessed Shield. The save! save the Ana kill. Sorry, the Jaina kill. Ana's also in trouble, but it's Rexa who falls next. Ana is the third one to die. This could be game. Gaslo goes down, but this could still be game. Can they make the play? Bottom keep is in trouble. Are they going for core or are they going for keep? It's keep first. They go for the keep. They play the safe. This is game 5 in the best of 5 series. You want to play the safe. Take the keep first and see what you can do afterwards. Go for another keep. Go for the core. Poke it down slowly. Get a couple of catapults connected here. They're trying to burn the shield down. That triple kill might just be what allows them to finish all of this right now. And the lanes are pressuring. Big shove. Big shove. Nyx gets actually pushed back. The core is falling. The Snowflakes. Do they send Washed Up down into the loser's bracket? Indeed they do. Another big shove and Greymin is gone once again. And this is victory for the Snowflakes as they lock in a 3-2 against Washed Up and move on to the grand final of the tournament.